Greetings, flesh creatures. It is I, Megatron. On behalf of TFYLP, I want to congratulate you for listening to the most refined collective podcast on this miserable little planet Earth. Yes. Here you'll find knowledgeable fans discussing every aspect of Transformers and beyond. Now, enjoy the show while I continue my path to complete conquest of all of you miserable biological entities. Predacons, terrorize!
Hi, welcome to TFYLP, episode 603. We're live tonight. It is Thursday, November 21st. Oh, wait. What's wrong, Christian?
603 is a lot of episodes, that's all.
Oh, yes. I think it's 603 or is it 602?
I don't know.
It says 03 on the YouTube.
Okay, good.
Whatever you
Probably
put on YouTube is the truth,
Yes,
even if it's
yes.
a lie.
That's
I'm just
true.
always shocked that it's that many shows.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's crazy. Anyway, I'm Lucas. I'm joined tonight by Anna.
Good evening.
And Christian.
What up?
And Phil.
Hi. Hi out there, internet world. How are you? Hello.
So welcome everyone tonight. I'm curious, why does Zaldron keep referencing Gremlins 2?
Did Paul talk to you guys about that in the Discord at all?
Yeah, he just showed up and he said, hey, Gremlins 2 is the best movie ever made or whatever, or one of the best films or something. I don't remember what he said. But since then, Zaldron's been like, hey, you guys should do your episode on reviewing Gremlins 2 instead of talking about toys. But Paul isn't here, so it's not appropriate. If Paul was here, he and I could talk about Gremlins 2 all night.
I could also talk about Gremlins 2 for an extended period of time.
Fantastic. We'd be good to go.
Yes. I very much am looking forward to when my older son is old enough to watch. I really feel like you got to watch the first Gremlins for the second Gremlins to be as, just resonate with it. But the
He didn't even say the topic before we got off. Stop it.
Yeah, no.
It's totally
So
fine.
tonight's
It's totally
topic.
fine.
No.
Okay, so
Tonight's topic.
one thing
Tonight's
before we
topic is the
actually talk.
amazing Key and Peele sketch about the
Yes.
making of Gremlins 2.
Yes, okay, that's what I was gonna say before we get into the actual topic, is we have to talk about that Key and Peele sketch because that is fantastic.
It really is amazing.
See you guys in half an hour?
Yeah.
Oh my
Tonight's
God.
topic
So good.
is a cautionary tale of sales. When we talk every year about how the Black Friday sales are about to start and how all of us in the Transformers collecting world are about to buy things that we didn't actually want in the first place because now they're on sale for a lower price than they were before. And in about a year, we're going to be selling them at whatever con or eBay or whatever. So we're going to be talking about that tonight. Good topic. We do this almost every year.
Anna, do you want to start with the pile of hot garbage that you shared a link to in the cash chat earlier today? It's like, why would I want that?
Oh, the TF source one?
Was it I thought it was Amazon. It was some Cyberverse thing, wasn't it?
Amazon one.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So the first example of a Black Friday sale that I saw today was, of course, TF Source always tries to do some sort of sell for events, right? They're one of the big Transformer sellers. They always try to do some sort of sell for events, holidays, whatever. And this year, they decided to do a Black Friday exclusive Make Toys Seeker in another color.
Oh, yeah, they did Black Death.
Kinda. Yeah.
Gross.
It's a color scheme that's kind of like Black Death. It has an unfortunate name, and it's fine, whatever. But it's a black airplane for Black Friday. Let's just leave it at that. And it's fine, right? So it's there. It's for sale. They did that. But they also released a special Black Friday bundle only for, what's their club called? Their premium club. It's like TF Source special people. Yeah, they do. And if you're a part of the premium club, you can order 3 of the Colorverse Seekers for the low price of $400.
Ooh.
Isn't that just standard pricing?
Yes. But they
Ooh.
were con exclusives and they're still there. So this is a
Just order
special
the
benefit.
Conicus individually.
So this is kind of like, okay. So it's the attempt
But
to turn Black
anyway.
Friday.
TF source.
So it's the attempt to turn Black Friday into like an event combined with the true nature of Black Friday, where stores sell you the things they couldn't sell otherwise and try to make it into a hype event, right? Because TF Source is literally trying to sell you the Colorverse stickers that they didn't sell before, but they're also turning it into an event where, ooh, we have a new one too. Look at this. All right. It's that same Make Tweet sticker that no one wants anymore, but it's black. Yay. So
I feel like
yeah,
didn't
that's our
Amazon just
first
get
example.
done with their like big sale? Like, was that in November or was that October?
Mm-hmm.
October.
Yeah.
They tried to do another sale right before Black Friday, yeah, to try to like, get in early this year. Another Black Friday sales event did start today.
Well,
And that's our second example of a
isn't
Black,
a Black
Friday
sales event starting every day? Like, I mean, I've
the
already
rest of
been
our
getting
lives.
emails for like a month that like Black Friday has already started. I go to Walmart and they already have big signs saying Black Friday is here. Like, I don't know if they know what Black Friday actually means. Like, isn't Black Friday supposed to be like next Friday, not, for the last month?
Back in the
Black
day,
Friday should be a Friday, not random Thursday.
Black Friday was that time when
Back in
you
my
sat
day.
in a tent outside of Circuit City for hours all through after you finish your Thanksgiving dinner. You get in your tent at Circuit City and you sit there until 6 a.m. on Friday morning and you go buy a TV for like $100 less than you would have otherwise.
So
Great
wait, so
day,
first
it's
you
so
hit up the
fun.
Circuit City, then you go to the Kmart, then Montgomery Ward, and then like I'm trying to think.
No, Lucas. If you're not
Sears.
waiting in line at Kmart before they open, you're gonna get trampled.
Kmart had some of the most unruly Black Fridays, and both Lucas and I have worked at Kmart.
My favorite thing at Kmart is sitting there at like I don't even know what time, right? Like, 'cause I think we would obviously like they started opening the stores up way earlier, but like when I was working there, I think they would open up at like 6 a.m. right? So you'd be sitting there at like 5 in the morning, and you'd be looking at the stuff that we all have in the ad that we knew everyone would want, but there was like one of them or two of them, and you're like, oh man, people are really gonna be pissed when they realize that there's only like a couple of these things and not like 100. So
Yeah, it was real bad back then. Real bad.
yeah, sorry, your Game Boy Color that we ran on sale for like $50 or whatever, like we only had one.
Yeah, we had -4 of that. Yeah, it was good times.
I don't have a ton of like in-person Black Friday shoppings of the craziness. I do know that like back in college when CDs were still a thing, my mom waited in line at Best Buy for like 3 hours to buy me a bunch of CDs for cheap for Christmas. So salute to her. Just and then I probably just like illegally downloaded all that music later on to have it on an electronic device. But yeah, it was like, wow, a CD for $10. That's a great deal. Yeah, so when your son listens to a lot of music, that was a good savings. But the one experience that I had was waiting in line at a Home Depot on Black Friday, and I got there maybe 30 minutes before it opened, and so the line was going straight back from the doors, and I just made the suggestion like, hey folks, should we maybe turn the line instead of going directly into the parking lot where there's cars, we just at a point where the sidewalk ends, we turn the line so it continues down the sidewalk instead of into the place where the cars are driving. And I was yelled at for making that suggestion. Yeah. So,
Make too much sense.
what do I know?
Phil, sorry.
Yeah.
So yeah, Black Friday is much different now. Obviously, there's not as much physical selling. I guess, of goods. So everything is pretty much online. Um, but yeah, and I guess I don't know. I feel like it's been kind of weird too because like Big Bad Toy Store, for example, has been doing like a month of sales too, right? A bunch of like different clearance things and everything, and you know, again, TF Source, I guess, apparently has already kind of put up some of the stuff they're selling.
Well, the other peculiar thing about Black Friday is that in order for the online stores to compete with the physical presence of Black Friday, they then invented Cyber Monday. And so are these Black Friday sales or Cyber Monday sales since they're online?
I think Cyber Monday gets overshadowed by Black Friday. Sort of just Black Friday's a weekend, but now it's a week. Now it's 2 weeks.
Yeah. Well, and like I used to, Cyber Monday was like the day to buy Titans on Amazon, because Cyber Monday used to be the day. It was like you circle that and you wait that you're gonna. I think maybe Scorponok was the last one I wasn't able to do this for, but like yeah, you're gonna get $100 Titan if you waited till Cyber Monday from Amazon.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
It was a good thing to do. So
the last couple years with the Titans, so the Nemesis, right? Last year, I don't feel like went on like a super sale, right?
Went
so,
like $40 off once, and I got it that way.
Yeah,
it was some random weekend in like August or September, and I was like, "Hey, Lucas and Anna, this is on sale this weekend, and I'm gonna get one finally. Maybe you should too."
Yeah.
And then it never showed up in stores again.
That's right.
Yep.
Yeah.
I feel like Tidal Wave has a better chance of actually going on sale. It seems like it
was on sale at Amazon maybe 3 weeks ago for $170-ish, a couple bucks off.
That's good. Yeah, if it goes on sale and anyone was humming and hawing over it, Christian and I will both tell you it's perfect, so you should get one.
I finally opened mine last weekend. It's really good.
It's exactly, if you like the original toy, it's exactly what you always wish it did.
Yep, it's that. Except it doesn't have Ramjet, which is very sad.
Which is very sad.
On another show because it's getting.
It doesn't have any of the mini-con interactions.
That's like sort of what I said.
Well, you said it doesn't have Ramjet, which is sad, but like all like it doesn't have the lift.
Oh, right. It doesn't do the stuff.
It doesn't have the seats that pull out.
You're right.
Yeah.
It doesn't have the
the playset nature of Armada has kind of gone with the wind, unfortunately.
It has a base mode that I didn't know about and did not use.
It's kind of a good base mode, though. Like, as compared to other base modes, like, it kind of looks good. I would never put it in the base mode because Tidal Wave is so cool. In robot mode, I would have to have two, right? Basically.
We'll do a micro on Tidal Wave because now I'm.
Oh, yeah, let's do it because you and I both love it and we can just talk about it. I think I've already talked about it on the show, but I don't care. I'll talk about it more. Anyway, so second cautionary tale of cells. Second cautionary tale of cells. This sale's actually been up for, I think, over a week now, but it is, in fact, the notoriously fantastic Big Bad Toy Store that, we've all shopped at for Transformers forever. They put up some of their sales of November early, and one of those sales was a Super 7 Ultimate Blowout, which is like a yearly tradition now for Super 7 Ultimates. And now these Super 7 Transformers Ultimates are on sale. Waves 2 and 3 are on sale for like $20 to $30 a figure. And guess what? They're still not actually worth it.
Don't do it. Don't buy them.
Yeah, just now. Okay, so admittedly, Phil got a wave, and I took advantage of him doing that and said, "Hey, I just need the tracks. Will you sell it to me?" And he said, "Sure." So we both fell for the sell, basically.
Yeah, I did it mainly for Bludgeon, and then Rob was just like, "Yeah, Bludgeon kind of sucks." I'm like, "Oh, so now I'm not sure what I'm gonna do." Yeah, so I don't know. We'll see. I saw Bludgeon at a local toy store recently, and he looked decent in the box, and he was like $55. So, but again, that's like toy store price, like collectible store price. I don't know. I did post the other day in the cast chat that I got on a sale the other day the Super 7 Ultimates Godzilla -1 figure, and it's beautiful and amazing, and just makes me angry of how lousy the Transformers toys are, because Super 7 can make some really, really good toys. It's just the Transformers ones were not that.
There's at least one show of Phil and I talking extensively about how bad Wave 1 of the Super 7 Ultimates was. And from what I've heard, Wave 2 and 3 are no better. So, don't get your hopes up. Now, like there's highlights, right? Like Wave 1 had 2 Action Masters in it, and they're Action Master homages. They're somehow not really that much better than the original Action Masters. Wave, was it 2 or 3 that has tracks in it? Is that technically 2 or 3?
2.
Okay, so Wave 2 had tracks in it, and he's technically Action Master tracks, kinda. He has his buddy, so he's technically Action Master tracks, even though he just looks like normal tracks, whatever. So it's another Action Master. I think non-transforming Transformers should homage Action Masters, so that's cool that they did. I really wish it was, gosh, what is the Walmart line called? I just forgot it. Red. I wish it was Red instead of Super 7 Ultimates, because Red figures are better. But then Wave 3 has the G2 Megatron, which is the only time we've really gotten G2 Megatron looking like the comic design, like the G2 comic design. And gosh, he's pretty. Like, just like the deco. It's so cool looking. But is he going to be a good toy? You can tell just by looking at it. His shoulders are not going to move. He's probably going to have the articulation of a turd, and it's going to be kind of awful. But he sure does look like the comic book, and he has teeth. And Transformers with teeth was just a big G2 tradition. So,
and you get the different color faces.
Yeah, you can get the different. So you can get the comic colored face, which is again a rarity.
Or you can get they have a pink face and then the toy gray face.
Yep.
Lucas, what is the non-transforming Transformer toy line that you enjoy? You had the first one they did was a Bumblebee.
Oh, the MDLX.
MDLX, thank you.
3-0.
Yes. Yeah, and I want to say it was BBTS that had the MDLX G2 Megatron on sale over there.
Oh, don't tell me about this. Damn it.
It's on sale for a decent little discount, and it's really nice. It's just the only problem with that one is, they made it the G2 style deco, but they didn't do anything to give him his G2 comic face, right? It's just the original
just
MDLX face painted in the
Right.
G2 colors. So it's cool, but it's not that like G2 comic book, ooh, I like this thing type of deal.
Yeah.
But the
It is
thing
one
about
of
the
those
Super
toys-
7 one, before we finish talking about the Super 7 one real fast, is for the last 2 years, Entertainment Earth has done a wild blowout of their Super 7 stuff during Black Friday, like actually during Black Friday week itself. And they usually end up selling them individually, not by waves, because big toy stores just selling them by waves, so you're stuck with the whole wave. So if you hold out, you might be able to pick and choose the ones you like. So if you really wanted the Tarn, or if you really wanted the G2 Megatron, you could pick that one out and get it. So it might be worth waiting. I don't figure Big Bad Toy Store is going to sell out of them. So, if Entertainment Earth doesn't put them up, you can probably still go get them from Big Bad Toy Store if you want them.
I believe Big Bag Toy Store is selling them individually but not for as low as the price that you're getting when you buy the set.
And most of them aren't discounted at all if you buy them individually.
They sold out of the allotment of individual ones that were on sale, but I remember
That's
seeing
possible.
Bludgeon for $35 is what I want to say they had him at. But then if you buy it through the wave sale, he's $22 because they're each $22.
Yeah.
So
I feel like,
Tarn comes with nickel, which is, I think that's the only official version of that character.
That's the only way to get an official nickel, yeah. Or you could get her from MMC and get a better toy.
And a dog.
And you get the pet, which is cool.
Mhm.
I feel like that would be the only figure from Super 7 that I would even consider.
Would be the Tarn for the nickel.
Right. But yeah, I wouldn't want to buy a whole wave of that crap. Yeah, so you can get the Tarn for $27.50 according to the Big Bad Toy Store or whatever. You know?
Yeah, I'm looking at it
Dynamo
right now.
Grimlock is a big toy. Like
It is
that
a really big toy.
A hefty toy. So that is got that going for it. Is that it's close to being leader scale in Dyno mode.
Mm-hmm.
It's not quite as big, but it's not far off.
And I've seen it in person. It's actually kind of nice looking as far as the deco goes. Now, again, I'm sure it's probably not a great toy.
And I think that's some of the things with these is that they're not great toys, but they don't look terrible just sitting there on a shelf.
You know, yeah. I like my Action Master ones on the shelf, but they honestly don't pose much better than the originals. The good comparison of them to me has actually been the updated Micromasters from Hasbro that they did. Like, it's kind of that same thing. It's like it's updated, it's modernized, it has more articulation, and it's lost all of the magic, right? Like, here they are, these Super 7 ones. Yeah, their shoulders don't work well, but they definitely move more. You know, Action Masters didn't even have elbows. So they definitely move more than the original Action Masters. But for some reason, the magic is just utterly gone. You know, the companions are no longer fun, spring-loaded, cool little guys. They're just like these static, ugly little things. The magic just isn't there. Just like with the new, not new anymore, but the several years old new Micromasters. Just like it's technically better, but it's not really better.
Yeah, no, that is a good comparison.
Yeah,
but they're
to
there.
tell you how well, you know, like these things are selling. Like the Tarn, like we said, is $27.50 on sale at BBTS. So it is actually cheaper than buying another version, an official version of Tarn that transforms, which you cannot even get on Big Bad Toy Store because it's totally sold out, or at least at this point. So,
I mean,
yeah, the
if you're
bombshell
a
from
complete character collector, then guess what? You're buying that Tarn.
You are. The bombshell from Wave 1, which is probably the most noteworthy of Wave 1 since the Action Master bombshell is not exactly easy to get. He's like $20 on Big Bad Toy Store right now. And yeah, you'll be disappointed, but then you'll have them. So,
yeah.
As a proud owner of that figure, I can tell you.
You know, it's a good sale that you can take advantage of right now that is not for crappy things like Super 7 Ultimates.
Christian Help, yes.
Toy Hacks has started their Black Friday sale.
Yay!
Almost every sticker set they have is 30% off, which is what they do every year, and it's great. You can catch up, get some symbols, get some upgrades. Yeah, go do that. That's money much better spent.
It really is. I agree.
So,
unless you're like me, and I think Lucas too, and you really just can't get yourself to do stickers.
Well,
I'm doing
to.
significantly less.
You used to. Okay.
So way back in the day with Combiner Wars and all that, like when they Hasbro didn't put paint on their figures, that's when I would like do the sticker sets, or like when they did what was it, Power of the Primes and Time Returns
on Black Friday.
Yeah. Or like back in the day when Hasbro used trash stickers. That was another
Titans
point
Return.
Titans Return.
You haven't really needed them as much in recent years, but
yeah.
No, not really.
I think I'm going to grab a couple sets, 2 old alternator sets, and maybe the new Legacy Clip Jumper set.
Yeah, I will say if anyone
much.
had gotten some of the Titans, like a lot of those Titan sticker sets are really nice.
They are. I was actually thinking about getting some of them just because my Titans need to spruce up.
Mm-hmm.
I think my Titans are some of my favorite things in my collection, so they just need to be prettier versions of themselves.
I think that makes sense. I'm also getting a concept Sunstreaker upgrade set that turns them into Rev for Robots in Disguise, because I like Robots in Disguise. Yeah. How many RID homages out right now? He says with the HasLab imminently incoming.
Hmm.
Sideburn being
Red?
in the most recent wave.
Which one was red?
In Japan, he was known as Eagle Killer. He's the yellow spy changer with red markings.
Oh, a spy changer. Okay, gotcha. I used to enjoy Toy Hacks a lot and buy a good amount of sticker sheets from them. I think like the last like half dozen sticker sheets I bought from them, I never even applied. And then I guess I used to kind of enjoy putting on stickers. And I got the non-F upgrade kit for Party Wallop to turn them into Metalhead. And good upgrade kit, very good Metalhead head. And then there's Toy Hack stickers that it comes with to because the non-F head isn't painted at all. And just doing like the dozen or so stickers for his head is like, this is annoying. So I don't know. I think maybe I've lost my enjoyment of applying stickers onto things.
Well, that's the thing about Toy Hack stickers that I think people who've never bought them before need to know is generally when Hasbro gives you a couple stickers to put on for one reason or another, even Takara, they're actually relatively easy. Like even a lot of model kit stickers are relatively easy to put on. Toy Hack stickers are not easy stickers. They go for the best looking they can possibly do. They will come up with ideas that look really good in practice, but are really difficult to get on because, well, you're putting a tiny sticker in a spot that's only a little teeny bit bigger. Like, look at that grill sticker they made for Studio Series 86 Optimus, right? Where you can see the reflection in the grill. That is cool, right? That's really cool. But isn't that like 16 individual stickers that go in the little cracks?
Yes.
It's crazy. That would be so much tweezer work to get those on, and I would be sweaty and I'd be upset. So they're really neat, but they are not easy stickers.
And Anna, you made a good point with that, and this cannot be overstated. If you're doing Toy Hacks, buy yourself a decent pair of very thin tweezers.
Offset
tweezers. You have to have them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've done them. I've tried to do the Toy Hack stickers without tweezers. It's just my fingers aren't articulated enough for that, right? Like I don't have little teeny fingers.
Yeah,
but
I
think
I like the combination of tweezers and a toothpick.
Yeah, smooth out. Yeah,
that's a good idea.
Good, reliable company. Good, reliable sale.
Yeah,
you can pick up some good deals there if you want. Very fantastic, and they have their new rewards program that they rolled out last year. So, yay!
I like to be rewarded.
I know.
Yeah, I agree with that, and like I'm sure the rest of the sales that'll be on Big Bad Toy Store over the next week or so will be good sales. Like they generally do good sales. Just if there's a fans project figure on there from 10 years ago that you've been skipping for years and you just see it and you're like, oh, it's like 30% of its original price, I should just get it. Ask yourself that question about 35 times before you do it, because yes, they do good sales. Yes, they're a good company, but they also do use Black Friday to clearance out crap they can't get rid of, just like a lot of these stores do. So just, be reasonable.
I don't know if Big Bad dropped a bunch, and they have done this in the past, right? But if they or TS Source dropped a whole bunch of fans project stuff for super cheap, I honestly might be tempted. Because I've gotten rid of all my fans project stuff,
to me,
but if somehow they were clearancing it again for $30 a pop or something, I might partake.
I feel like the fans project Dino King comes back every year on Big Bad Toy Store and TF Source. So I feel like it'll be back again. It might even be cheaper than it was in previous years because of the new one. So
we have an official Dino King now.
Yeah,
will it be cheaper than the core new one?
Right, exactly. It won't be cheaper than that, but
yeah,
it might be close. It might be close to the same price at this point.
I'm still salty that I paid full price for the two last limbs of that combiner. But whatever. The rest of them I got cheap.
Yeah, it was a tricky one.
Another third-party company that has gotten away from doing as much sales, but they'll do those sales on their own website, and that is Fans Hobby. And the one thing
Yeah.
I'll say and warn you about Fans Hobby is that that's international shipping you're paying for there, buddy. And it ain't cheap. And those are some big honking figures that you're ordering. So, yeah, looks really good in terms of the price and certainly lower than what you're going to pay at like Chosen Prime for regular retail. But then you factor in shipping, it's like I saved $3.
Their toys are so heavy, right? You really
Yeah.
just got to think about that. Like their toys
Yeah.
are so heavy, you're not going to save on shipping. Their
Yeah,
shipping is seriously like as much as you pay for the figures.
Yeah, I got their Nemesis Power Base a few years ago. Their Nemesis Black Power Master Optimus Prime. It's a huge toy. I didn't get the God Bomber combiner with it, but that by itself, I mean, it's like 9 inches wide and 18 inches tall. And I think I paid $50 to have that shipped to me, and I think it was like, I don't know, $60 off of the original price. So again, I saved like $3 or $4.
Yeah. That's always a bummer one because you always go to it, someone will excitedly share it on the first day they put it up and you'll be like, oh yeah, look at these good deals. Oh man. They'll usually do like a bundle set, like 3 figures for a good price. And you'll be like, yeah, this is so cool. And then the shipping's awful. So
Yeah.
That's a tricky one too. I guess that's another cautionary tale of sales.
Yeah. Well, and like my dumbass, I saw what the shipping was going to cost me before I clicked like finalize sale, but I did what they probably thought someone would do is like you get excited, you see it, you put it in your cart, you get all ready to ship it. And then like the last thing you do before you click that, finalize sale button is you see the full price and you see the shipping. It's like, but I don't want to lose this excitement if I don't click the finalize sale, the dopamine hit that I've been riding right now will go away. And I don't want that. I want this dopamine hit of getting this cool thing for, I think, a good deal. So I clicked.
It's a funny thing, Phil.
Enter.
Funny thing. I just taught that technique of persuasion in class earlier today. It's called lowballing. And that's when you tell people they're getting a low price for something, get them to commit and decide they really want it, and then tell them what the real price is. That's exactly what happened with those cells.
Yeah.
And it works so well.
Yeah.
It's a very effective persuasion technique.
It is. Yeah. Yeah. I can tell you about the other side of that technique later on when we're done. I can talk to you about my wife's new car.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I've been there.
Wait, did she do the thing like they have the SNL skit where it's like, honey, I got a new car for Christmas?
No, it's not that one.
Okay.
No, this one, that is a great pit. Where they're like out in the driveway.
Right. Yeah.
No, long story short is like, the salesman slides the sheet of paper in front of us with the price. And it was like $4,000 above MSRP as a dealer fee.
Yep.
Oof.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually part of my lecture as well. I tell them about the first time I ever bought a car and how that happened to me.
Yeah.
It's good times. So back to the topic, another place that has some of their sales up is Amazon, right? They have some of their sales up. And Christian mentioned before, I think you said was it Christian or Phil or Lucas? One of you said whatever garbage I was sharing earlier in the chat.
Me.
It was Lucas.
That was me.
Yeah, I remember. So I shared the garbage that has actually been on better clearance at Target I've seen. That is the Earth Spark 2-person combiner things where you get one Molto and one Bumblebee or whoever, and then you cram them together at the waist and do pants and shirts and feel like you're in some horrible version of Energon that's somehow worse. Yeah, those are there.
Those were $13 at Target like last month, and now they're
They
3 times
were.
as much again.
Yeah.
They were. Now they're like 20 on Amazon, which is
But the thing with the Target sales is I don't know if that was an online price or if it was just clearance per store. Because
sold online.
Okay. I did not. I saw it just in the store.
Yeah, I found mine in the store too.
But I found, one set for $8.
Nice.
Yeah. The Twitch and Robbie was $8. So my wife bought my younger son the Mo and Bumblebee set And then she originally saw the price, kind of same thing that we just talked about. She originally saw the price for Robbie and Twitch, which was like $8. And she's like, "Oh yeah, I'll buy this for our younger son." And he's like, "No, I want the Bumblebee one." My wife's like, "Oh, that's they're the same toys practically. This will be the same price." No, Bumblebee was still like $25. And yeah, Robbie and Twitch were cheaper. But then I later found the Robbie and Twitch one. I'll say for like owning, I haven't given him Robbie and Twitch yet, but owning Mo and Bumblebee, they're not bad. The Bumblebee isn't that terrible. Yeah, I mean, again, like we've talked about recently, my younger son likes the mix and match toys, so he's digging that play pattern.
Right.
Toy wise, they look fine. They're just like, I think the bummer about them was really wanting good toys of Mo and Robbie after multiple seasons of them being good characters that we like, and then having those be the toys we get of them. And after the first toys of them coming with those flip change or spin change or whatever they were called, the like $35 crappy Bumblebee and Optimus, they came with the little teeny PVC figures of Mo and Robbie. So I think that was kind of more of the bummer, was it's just like we're not going to get those two kids in a good fashion until they like come out as 15th anniversary toys in 15 years.
Yeah.
So that was kind of the bummer there. But those were up. And then Amazon also has a little bit off on most of the Amazon exclusive 2-packs for the last year. So like the Ruckus
Doom
and Bludgeon pack.
Packs.
Yeah, the Doom and Destruction packs, right? Those they had the snipers again. Like they seem to be running those every year for a discount.
Which is a shame that those toys don't sell better because they're amazing.
They're really good.
They're good enough. They're good enough. One of them is that stupid Moon Racer mold that I hate so much, and the other one is pretty good.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I think the Doom and Destruction ones are a really good deal. Like in terms of the mainline stuff that I've seen on sale, that's probably the best deal I've seen for like good toys.
Right.
Are those Doom and Destruction 2-packs? Because that's the Bludgeon, is a repaint and remold, and we just got a Bludgeon, but it's a really nice deep cut Bludgeon. And then Ruckus. So you're finishing those trigger cons off. Breakdown and was a Windsweeper. Again, you got another one of the trigger cons in there. They make them a Target Master, so it's not quite right, but they look good. And then you've got the 2 deluxe Insecticons, and it's not a 2-pack, it's a 3-pack because it comes with the bull who turns into a horn. Like, better than the cardboard hammer. But you got the 2 deluxe Insecticons to get you 75% done with that team. So yeah. And hey man, if you like Bludgeon and you don't care about Ruckus, or you want the new Breakdown to fight your legacy Bulkhead, and you don't care about Windsweeper, you can always sell the extra toy to a friend or sell it on eBay. Don't feel like you have to keep both toys.
I agree. You don't.
Don't be a Nick.
You don't.
You must keep them forever.
You don't have to be Nick.
The
I shouldn't say don't
cheapest,
be a Nick. If you want to be a Nick, but you don't have to be a Nick.
the cheapest figure on their Black Friday deals, at least from a discount perspective, is they have half off for Legacy Shadow Striker, who is a toy that is something.
Fine.
She's
vaguely fine.
She's a really enjoyable toy.
Yeah.
That's just utterly wrong for the character design. That was really good in Cyberverse.
Yeah,
but
odd figure.
Odd thing.
You can also get her cheaper at Ollie's right now.
Yeah.
Is she showing up at Ollie's?
It's just Shadow Striker and Strong Arm, so good news for women toys. It's not the rest. No detritus.
Life's
there.
always full of good news for women toys and Transformers, right?
Hey,
Dude,
I'm
I think
going on
she's the
clearance
hardest
in the
one to
future
find
too.
I like that toy.
I kind of do too.
Is
Like,
there
But she's
anything
going on
that-
clearance in the future.
Oh, for sure. Is there anything you guys are hoping goes on sale that you've been kind of like waiting, holding off on, kind of have your eyes out for to get in the next week or so.
So one of the things I was hoping that would go on sale was actually the Super 7 tracks and the Super 7 G2 Megatron. So I'm still actually hoping. I just really like Action Masters,
You
Christian.
just really like
and
garbage.
I really want that G2 comic style Megatron. That's just
All right,
I've
fine.
always loved the G2 comics. I love robots with teeth. And it's just something I want. I want to make those toothy faces.
Fine.
So,
What are your thoughts about robots with lips?
funny.
Okay.
It's funny, but I don't have that affection for them that I do robots with teeth.
Gotcha. It's
Important
important to clarify
conversations,
your
Christian.
sentiments on robot mouths.
It really is.
I am hoping that Pulse does their sale and I'm able to get the comic Shockwave for a little bit of a discount.
That'd be nice.
It's already cheaper than the other packs, so it's like, okay, I should just get it. But I don't know, something's like $40 for. I mean, Shockwave's a leader, but it doesn't come with stuff to make it a leader. So like a Voyager, but it comes with the Optimus heads. Like, So if I could get like 15 to 25% off of that, I would be happy.
I don't know if there's a lot out there that I haven't purchased or that I've been waiting for a sale. Like, here's the thing: is I scour deepdiscount.com on a pretty much a daily basis. And Deep Discount will have regularly 10 or 15% off sales. And then sometimes new toys are 10% off already. And then you can stack the 15% on sale, 50% off sale on top of that. And so like I've got Quake on the way right now that he was set for like $22.50. And then I got another 15% off of that. So he's going to be like $20. You know, if he's 35% off through Hasbro Pulse, that would have saved me a few dollars, but I don't know. So yeah. But yeah, there are websites that I go to, like I said, pretty much daily to check for sale prices on things. And, you know, I think I need to, now that I'm saying this out loud, I think I need to scale back a little bit even on that, because I think some of these Black Friday sales I'm seeing on some of the Marvel Legends toys and some of the Transformers are better. So maybe exhibiting more patience, even some sale is not better than the better sale.
I'm trying to think of what I'm looking for sales. I do not quite shop the heavy discount like you do. So I do try to wait for sales on a lot of figures. But there really isn't a lot that I've been waiting for this year in particular that I can think of. There's definitely traps I could fall into. Like, for example, unlike most of you, I'm waiting until they finish the G2 set of Santa Cons before I get the new Motormaster. Right, I will not be able to build any Minosaur until they release him. So if if those toy deco ones were to come out for a deep discount, or someone dug out some old Motormasters for a discount, I could see myself falling for it and being like, ooh, I'll just buy that so I can build it now and look at it and then replace it later. That would be a silly thing to do. I could see myself doing something silly like that. The Super 7 stuff is definitely a foolish mistake weakness for me that I could fall into. And I think one of the big things to always look out for is, in fact, we already said it, but Titans. You know, if Titans go on a good discount, that's always a good thing to be looking for. I don't need any of them, but for everyone else, I would say that's a good thing to look for. Titans, and, you know, also even the Commanders, right? It's a possibility that some stores might need to sell some of their Commanders, so
yeah, Armada Prime was on sale in the October Prime sale. The Commander Armada Prime was on sale for like $70. I mean, it was a pretty darn good price for a toy that has at times been sold out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and
I
I'll
might
say, like,
consider that Armada Prime. I feel like I was kind of
Me
waiting for
too.
the Hasbro Pulse sale to, like, I don't know. I've really been a lot more selective with the figures I've
Mm-hmm.
bought this year, where it's like, I used to just kind of buy everything from the mainline stuff, and then whereas like this year, I feel like I've like kind of picked and chosen and said, oh, I'm only gonna get one or two figures from each wave. I'm gonna hold off on like all the exclusives and stuff, because like all the Amazon exclusives, I feel like unless it's like a G1 important character, usually like don't sell out. And so that was kind of what I was waiting on, but I don't know, now that we're here, I'm like, do I really need that? Like, because I kind of feel like it's kind of like the Metroplex that came out, right? The Titan whatever Cybertron Metroplex. Like I never end up getting him. Like, and even I don't know. I feel like they keep running him at like $100 or some crap, right? And I don't know. I'm like, do I really need this?
So that's a good question. It's like, what? I mean, dollar amount is hard to say, but like, let's talk percentage. What is a percentage off that would be for you? Like, man, I've been on the fence with this toy and I kind of don't want it, but that deal is just too dumb to pass up.
Usually half for me.
Yeah, I mean, there's certain things like Super 7, like, I'm not buying Super 7 stuff.
Never.
Like, it would have to be, it would literally have to be a gift from someone for me to get it into my house.
And then you'd still be looking for an excuse to get rid of it.
And even then, the person would have had to have already brought it into my house and given it to me as a gift. Like, if I got it from them, like at a restaurant, and then like, no, it's still not coming into my house. Damn it. I bought something today that I had seen. This is not a Transformer, although it's kind of robot-looking dude. I had seen the initial pictures of and thought, it looks decent, and then saw in stores, like, not that great. But on Amazon today, they had the McFarlane DC Multiverse Anti-Monitor for 73% off, and I think it was $8, and I bought it. Do I need it? No. Do I even want it that badly? No. But I'm like, but it's $8. So yeah, I bought it, and we'll see what I do with it once it shows up on my doorstep this weekend.
I have really curbed my buying of stuff like that because I realized
that's a good thing to do. Fluffing
out my collection with just that kind of stuff, and it's like I wouldn't have gotten it. That's why I sort of developed my, if I wouldn't buy it at full price, I wouldn't buy it mentality. And that's a little extreme, right? And, I added a little bit of fill logic in there, like wait for a sale on some things. But generally speaking, like there's not going to be anything I'm waiting for because I already have it. Because if I want it, it's here.
And Talib mentioned in the chat too that stuff's kind of more of a gamble now, just because you never know what quantities are going to run of these. So if it's something you really want, I mean, I would 100% agree with that too. If it's something you want, like just get it. Who cares? On an individual,
especially if you're like talking like a deluxe toy. It's like, okay, it's
right.
20% off. You save $5. I get it. If you save $5 on 4 toys, you can buy another deluxe or a couple quarters. Right. So it does add up. But again, if it's like, man, I am Target Master Juniors fanatic, and I want my Target Masters team to be complete. I have been waiting to complete that team for years, and since they gave us Spinster, and you're saying, hey, I'm going to wait till Quake's on sale. Don't do that to yourself. Get the Quake, right out of the gate.
I am sort of looking out for more shows on DVD or Blu-ray. I'm converting myself back to physical media, and those typically go on sale. So, like, I'd like to get Prime. I would get Energon if it were 90% off. Because I have Armada and Cybertron, but I don't have Energon.
There is a DVD set in the Amazon sale right now, Christian. I don't remember which one it was, but there is one if you want to thumb through it later and try to see which set it is. I'm looking right now, but I'm not going to thumb through enough. Oh, they have the Senator Shockwave and Data Clerk Orion Prime on there as well for a small discount. Anyway, whatever.
Yourself some piles of regret.
Yeah, right. Those are definitely piles of regret that I already have.
Yeah,
So
Zelda says animated's on sale, so if you want that.
Oh,
it's animated. Okay.
I have animated, but good looking out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Always gotta look out.
I bought multiple Blu-rays today for my dad for Christmas, and I'm like, why did I do
Nice.
that today? I should have waited till next week, because they're not on sale yet. I should have waited and tried to find them on sale. So, yeah, I think I might go and cancel those tonight. Yeah.
So I want to answer Christian's question of like, what am I looking for? Because I kind of blame him for this. So Christian, after TFCon, brought up this idea of going for one of the MMC combiners, right?
Oh.
And those have always been something I look at, and I think, I actually do like them because I love MMC, and I like the idea of a combiner that doesn't have parts you have to put onto it. So everything about the design is really cool to me. It's just the reality of how much they cost that's always kept me from getting them, right? Like I have the first aid from the Defensor set. I bought it when it first came out. I was like, this is a really good toy. Everything about it is promising. Multiply the price of this figure by a little more than 5, and I start to get queasy about how much that combiner is going to cost me. So if I see any of the MMC combiner pieces for either Bruticus or Defensor on sale over Black Friday, I might get a second one just to see if I can talk myself into completing a set. Just to see if I can be like, okay, you're holding it in your hand, you really like it, convince yourself that it's okay to splurge, right? Because I'm probably going to enjoy them, but I think that's also a good function of sales. Like if you're on the fence about trying something new, you want to get yourself to do it, but you're scared to take the price plunge, spending the 100 to 115 for a single limb of those MMC combiners is kind of hard. But if one of them gets marked down to like $70 on a sale, just getting one to try it out, if you end up selling it in 6 months, you'll probably get your money back type of deal. It's a good way to kind of give yourself a try in that way. That's the one date I think I'm looking for.
So I know we didn't even do the third-party panel or whatever from TFCon, but and really talk about any of the third-party that much, like after we got back from TFCon, but those MMC combiners look really good. And I know Rob has mentioned, I think he had, was it Bruticus, I think Rob on the show has mentioned he's had Bruticus and that he it's like super fun, set and all that. I actually think that those MMC combiners are kind of like a sweet spot to where you can throw those in with anything and they go, because the way the deco is, like, it's not painted and it's like simplified enough, to where like I think it could go in with a if you wanted to display it with your Hasbro stuff, it goes. Like, but I think it also, you can kind of squint a little bit and make it go with Masterpiece stuff too, just because it's not stylized, it's not like whatever. And I don't know, like, I mean, I just feel like when they had those lined up with the the prototype Devastator, and they had the Baldigus, and they had Defensor or whatever on that table, like, I was like, man, those are all looking pretty good. So, and I fully support, if you want to buy all of the MC combiners, I think it's not a bad choice.
I don't think it's a bad choice at all.
My tip for that would be, in terms of trying something out, and there's a little bit of a gamble with this, but I do like to do that. Like I did the KFC Junkions, bought one used off of Facebook. And so, at that point, what?
That's not a Black Friday sale.
It's not a Black Friday.
I understand. It's mildly off topic, but I'm just saying, like, you can probably even get, and you don't have to wait for a sale in that regard. Because maybe you're budgeting it out how much you want to spend on Black Friday. Maybe, because I mean, Black Friday can be tough for people who are trying to, like, just try something out. Because, like, guess what? There's a lot of other stuff you got to budget for. So if you do want to buy something and you're not wanting to wait for Black Friday, or there's other expenses you have to pay for around Black Friday, like traveling to see family or Christmas gifts for family or your heating bill, those things that are, I guess, more important than Transformers, whatever, casual. But buying something used off of Facebook that you're not sure about is a decent way to see if it's a figure that you want and if you want to do the whole set.
I get that logic.
Yeah.
And I think that, I think that totally makes sense. I don't think it in any way diminishes the idea of using Black Friday for that purpose as well, though. Like, if you want to use Black Friday for that purpose, it's totally fine, right?
I did that 2 years ago on my first foray into Transart.
Oh, okay.
I got the Primal Prime, which I finally
That's
sold because not good. I got Cheetor, the Transmetal one, which was very good. So, figure it out. If I saw Skateboard Gorilla and whatever they call Transmetal Megatron on sale for Black Friday next week, I would go in on them. Because I think they're a little expensive, but if they're a little bit cheaper, I would do it.
No, that's a good point. Those are figures I sometimes forget exist. And they're really, the good ones are really good.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I have the 2 spiders, right? I have Tarantulas and then Spider RC. And Tarantulas is just fantastic, and Spider RC is just hot garbage. So,
not very good.
Yeah. But the original toy I've heard isn't very good, so whatever.
It is kind of interesting that third party is surged back after the pandemic to the point now where I will see toys on sale, whether it's Black Friday sale or some other sale some of the sites are having, and it's like, oh, I forgot that was even a thing. Oh, okay, that's cool. I'll pick that up for 35% off. So sometimes Black Friday is kind of one of those like memory jogger kind of moments because you're not scouring some of these websites as much as you would on a day where a lot of stuff's on sale.
That's a good point. You know what's really bad to scour though? The Chosen Prime. Their Black Friday formatting is terrible. They're just like, everything's kind of on sale. You just got to look. And you can stack it and get a percentage or something. It's so confusing to figure out.
Yeah.
I just don't even bother with them anymore.
Prime, don't they do the thing where, because normally when you buy figures, they have like a rewards program, right?
Yeah.
And you like earn points. But I think like what they do is they just get rid of that on Black Friday and they just like give you
they just like auto points off. Yeah. It's like, okay, now this is 60 cents off. Yay, sale.
They've changed it over the years. So I remember pre-pandemic, I bought quite a few things off of them during Black Friday sale. Like, especially when Fans Hobby was new, I got the monster bots from Fans Hobby from Chosen Prime for Black Friday sales. And then I didn't have to do the whole crazy shipping that Fans Hobby themselves was charging.
What else can I do for Black Friday? I've looked in the past for like display stuff. I know I've taken advantage of Container Store stuff to get bins on sale. Ooh, exciting! Some Energon cubes from the AMAC boxes that they have over there.
I've got 2 things that I wanted to mention about Black Friday sales. And one of them, Christian, to your point, is like, what are you looking for? Like, I was just kind of thinking about that. Like, well, what's new and what's out? Like, some of the new stuff is just repaints that I'm not interested in. Like, I don't know if he's really hitting shelves yet, but Armada Galvatron, like, no, thanks. The new, you're wrong. Hey, that's my own personal taste. You may have a different taste.
It's so good.
I'm not super happy with the Armada Meg, so why do I need another one? Anyways, and then like the new Metal Hawk, it's like, okay, it's just repainted. And then the thing with Metal Hawk 2, guess where I just saw Legacy Metal Hawk today?
The other Legacy Metal Hawk.
The first Legacy Metal Hawk and Twin Cast are popping up at Ross. And
nice.
Battle Trap and Rise of the Beast Cheetor, which I never saw at stores, are also popping up at Ross. So I don't think we're getting nearly the number of Transformers that we saw at Ross last year, but there are some coming out, and some that, at least from my perspective, were tough to find.
Yeah, and that happened last time too, with people finding cosmoses
Yeah, yeah.
at
But
Ross.
these guys aren't store exclusive. So that was, yeah, you're right.
Right.
All the Walmart stuff, the Velocitron were showing
That was
up at
crazy
Walmart
last year.
Rosses. Yeah, yeah. These are just like, this is just the kind of the whole thing where we're like, how did this wave never show up in stores and yet now showing up at a discount retailer?
Somebody put them in the back of a warehouse somewhere, and
I guess
they
so.
sat.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what happened. And they did. I think they did just rerun Battle Trap, so I think there's a little bit of a supply problem there too.
Maybe that's it. I didn't realize Battle Trap or Cheetor just got rerun.
Cheetor didn't. So
Okay.
I think this is old stock. I would have to go look at product numbers to be sure, but anyway, that's a different story.
I mean, I can tell why Hasbro's getting into financial trouble if you have toys that, and those two figures were supposed to come out right around or just before when Rise of the Beast came out. So if you've got figures that are tied into a movie and supposed to be out in a movie, and somehow they didn't end up on store shelves and now in discount stores a year later, that's a problem. Because that's significantly different than a legacy wave, which has no time component to its release, or very minimal time component to its release.
That's true.
You know, there's a couple oddities that I'd really like to see on sale that I don't think will go on sale. Well, one of which I don't think will go on sale for sure, and the other one I think could possibly go on sale. And one of those, maybe I'm wrong, could go on sale is the Bishojo figures. Like I really do enjoy the two I have. I just have Optimus and Bumblebee. I would like to have one or more of the Seekers, but the price has gone up with every release on those Bishojo figures and have just gotten to a price that I don't think is appropriate for the figures. So every once in a while, I'll try to use sales to get around that. Like, it's just like, oh, I don't think that should be $170. So let's try to find it on a discount for a little bit less, right? So that's one thing I'll be kind of keeping an eye out just for getting to a reasonable price. It's not like I couldn't spend the money on it. I just don't think that's the right price for what it is. Ooh. I just saw Taleb's comment in the chat about the
Thunder Machine.
About the G.I. Joe crossover Soundwave being at Ross. And I would really like to get the Sergeant Slaughter set.
Christian, this is how
on a
you
slight
catch
discount
up on all of your G.I. Joe
God,
crossovers
no.
is via
No.
sales.
I never will get those.
I find it so frustrating that you don't like those just because you really like Human Alliance. And I just feel like it's such a loss for you because they really
it's
have
Human
brought back
Alliance,
Human
not
Alliance
Army
with
Guy and
those.
Snake Terrorist Alliance.
In fact, both G.I. Joes and most Cobra members are humans. If they align with Transformers, it's another Human Alliance. Anywho, it doesn't matter. All I was doing was listing the things that I thought would be cool to go on clearance or to be on sale. So yeah, that Sergeant Slaughter set with Cop, yeah, I would definitely get that for a slight discount because I do want it. I just, oh gosh, spending a lot of money on toys right now, it's just not been fun. And then the last thing is YOLO Park has done those really nice non-transforming $60 price point Optimus, Megatron, and Starscream now. And those are really nice looking figures on a little bit of a discount just to like kind of get myself to do it. I'm almost certain that if one of those was in my house, I would love it, right?
What
they look really good.
What about some blockies?
You know, I'm not into blockies. I know some of us are really enjoying the blockies. Just today, there was another set of non-transforming Transformers from a Chinese company announced. Similar to the blockies in size, I think, maybe a little bigger. It's really become a fad. And blockies are kind of cool and people are enjoying them. And I could see the first set going on a sale. In fact, no, it's not the blockies that are on sale. It's the first set of the really small YOLO Park kits that are about the same size as blockies. They're not good. Don't get them. Like I've messed with them. They're not a good set. But the blockies are quality toys. They're just They don't really do it for me.
like that
Yeah.
style.
They're a little
See,
super
yeah, see
deformed. They have really weird faces.
that actually kind of appeal, like the chibi style kind of appeals to me a little bit more, for
Yeah.
something like that. So yeah, honestly, I would be tempted to, if they ran a big sale on Blockies, to get some of that.
They're not as fun.
The I'm going to cancel my pre-order for the Studio Series Transformers One Sentinel Prime, and I'm going to get myself the Blockies Classic Sentinel Prime because they have the different size classes for Blockies. So their classic size, I want to say like 6-7 inches tall. That's by far and above the best Sentinel Prime. Now, granted, it doesn't transform, but does do the I don't want to spoil things, but does do his like kind of upgrade thing from the end of the movie, and does have his blade weapon, which the Studio Series, I believe, does not. Nor does the mainline version of the deluxe class of Sentinel Prime. So, and that classic scale, Lucas and Anna, is, I'd say, less chibi looking. So if that is a turnoff for you, or you do like it, in your case, Lucas, yeah, take a look at those. But yeah, that's a toy that comes out in January. So it's like, you won't be getting any Black Friday sales on that, but yeah, good toy.
I actually think
Go ahead.
I actually think their face style works a lot better for Transformers 1. So the faces on the Transformers 1's figures, I almost think look right. I just think the faces on the G1 style figures looked weird, but they actually do look more like the style of Transformers 1. So I think those are better figures.
Yeah, I think they match up with the animation style really well from Transformers 1. It's funny. I think it's like each individual toy like is hit or miss for me because I like Sideswipe a lot in the Blockies, the G1 Sideswipe, but then I don't really like the G1 Optimus Prime. I think more so maybe it's the neck, because the neck pegs are pretty pretty slim. It's like Optimus Prime needs a beefier neck, and I would say even with this Grimlock that I have, his neck just needs to be a little bit thicker. He's not football player built enough there. With the neck size, and it's more slim character like Sideswipe that works better.
I see that critique.
So Blockies are a toy that this is something that we haven't talked about yet tonight, and that is Black Friday sales at local brick and mortar stores. And I'm not talking Target or Walmart, but I'm talking like your local collectible shops. So we talked about Black Friday, we talked about Cyber Monday, we have not talked about Small Business Saturday. So Small Business Saturday thing that started by American Express, as far as I'm aware. Maybe they just stole some idea someone else had. But Small Business Saturday is a day to go and support local small businesses. So you'll go to your local comic book shop this weekend. Don't just go to Amazon. Don't just go to nothing against BBTS. They're a small business. Same thing with the Chosen Prime. But certainly partake in your local brick and mortar store. If you're in New York, then partake in St. Mark's. If you're in Massachusetts, then partake in Has-Been. Those stores will usually have pretty decent sales as well. It won't be as item specific, but maybe it's like, hey, here's 20% off, store wide, or you spend over $100 and 25% off. I don't know what those stores have for their sales, but certainly partake in that. And I think Blockies are probably a thing that you have more better luck to find at a brick and mortar store than you might online with some of this stuff, especially being on sale since they're so new.
I agree with that, Plug. I think that's a good idea. Like most of the used retro shops tend to do some sort of sell. Like there's a really good toy store in this area where I live now, and it is just fantastic. And I should really go by their whatever day they decide to have the sale. I should figure out what day they're going to run the sale, because a lot of those stores do still just run the sale on Black Friday anyway. So you got to look out for that. But I should really stop by and see what they have. Maybe they'll have more popples. I've already got a popple from them. So
I went to a local one last year And they posted all these images going up toward the event.
I
and, like,
remember.
all these Transformers on the wall, and then I get there, and they've taken them all down. There's no Transformers there. It's not like I got there late. I was there when they opened. No one walked out with Transformers. They just took them all down so they didn't have to sell them at a discount. And I was like, cool, bait and switch.
That is so weird.
Actually, bait and nothing. Was no switch. There was just nothing.
Yeah.
It was just bait.
Yeah.
So I was like,
An
cool, I
empty
will never
cabinet.
visit you again. This is terrible. Don't do this.
Yeah, that's rough.
Well, most of the local stores are actually really cool. So
Yeah, probably.
Right.
don't go
Yeah.
to
Local
Christian's
store is
local store, but go to
probably
the other
cool.
ones.
Yeah.
Right. Don't go to Christian's local
Oh.
store, apparently.
Here's something I bet will show up on the Black Friday sales, and your choice if you want to get them. So Renegade Games did the deck building Transformers game and also the tabletop role playing game. Both of those sets have pretty much kind of run their course. They're kind of done with them, and they even went up on Humble Bundle for a minute. So I bet those are going to show up in Black Friday sales. And if you want them, it's a good time to get them. Like, I haven't played the deck building game. I've heard it is mediocre. And I have played the role-playing game, and I can tell you it is mediocre.
Ah.
But it's the only role-playing game system I have ever played that actually, the only thing it does well is transformation. That's just what I'm going to say about it. Like everything else, they were like, we're going to redo how damage works. Just do it like a normal game. We're going to redo how weapons work. Just do it like a normal game. But the transformation was really fun to play with. So, there's some good ideas in it. If you're really hankering for a Transformers role-playing game experience, I bet it's going to be on Black Friday sales. I bet you'll go to Amazon in a couple of days and it'll be like half off at least.
I
If
do
you
want to
want it.
mention, Anna, that the Transformers TCG was still going on at TFCon. And they
Good.
had a whole panel about the future and all that, which I didn't actually attend, so I don't know what they said. But
There's no future.
I can imagine the panel about the future of the TCG was a very short panel.
It's done.
Well,
Bye.
no. I
Well-
think it's like they essentially are creating their own. It's more of a fan led thing now at this point.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
that
there's
by-
fan sets and fan cards.
I was being
But
snarky,
I
I'm
was
sorry.
gonna say that
Cool.
Transformers TCG by far is the best thing that they did of all those like games and all that. Like it was really fun back in the day. I wish that it didn't die with COVID.
Oh yeah, it's not a bad game. Like it's like what I've always said about it is like it's not as good of a game or as polished of a game as Magic the Gathering or Pokemon or any of the big TCGs that have been around for freaking ever. But it's a competent card game that's fun to play, and you get to play your favorite pretty shiny robots, and it's cool. Like it was good. It just got killed by the pandemic, which is poopy. But that's another thing I thought of that'll probably go on somewhat of sales is if you're interested in recent Transformers video games, which have not exactly been amazing releases, but they'll probably be on sale.
Probably.
That face you're making.
That's how good they are.
Will
That's how good they
reactivate
are.
that?
Reactivate will never be on sale.
Oh, okay.
But
So,
like
Zelda was-
Earthspark Expedition, right? It's supposed to be a competent game that's like just, bland.
Which
It'll
Which
probably
one,
be a
the
good sell.
Earthspark one?
Yeah, Earthspark Expedition, the one where you play as Bumblebee through a very generic looking action game.
Yeah,
It'll probably be
generic
on
action
sale.
game.
And you'll probably be able to get it for like less than $10. So
Probably.
whatever. It could be fun. Like if you really want to, if you want to play Bumblebee more than you want to play the best game possible, it's probably a good choice.
So Zaldron is asking, he says, is it just me or is Lucas always quiet? So are you saying that my volume is quiet on the feed, or that I'm not participating as much as the other people? So I guess question for that, is it that my mic volume is lower than the other people? 'Cause I
Basically,
know-
is that feedback or criticism?
The reason I ask is I know someone else had asked about that too, and I've tried to kind of mess with the mic volumes, but I know before that people were complaining that my mic was too hot, and so my volume's too low. Yeah, I'll have to mess with it a little bit
You're just mysterious.
here and see, because I know there was another listener that kind of said the same thing, and I tried to mess with it a little bit. But no, I appreciate you saying something, because it sounds like I need to tweak it a little bit more, because my mic is like the rest of you guys are kind of running through the Skype stuff, and then mine isn't, and so it's on a different feed. So it I know before it was too high.
Yeah, through Skype you're loud and clear.
Well, right, but again,
that?
that's not what goes on the actual broadcast, right? So, but I don't know, and I think probably sometimes too, like if I'm sitting back and talking versus being closer to the mic, that's
true.
probably also part of it as well. So,
Were any of you guys actively collecting back when like Target and Walmart and whatever would do Black Friday toys for Transformers?
They were so cool.
The
Remember
landfills
that
and the ruinations?
the yellow landfill set? Like that was just such a cool idea that they did that. It was fun. I like that stuff. I miss
I was
those
only
days.
a boy, so I was not participating in that, but I've gotten them since, and they're neat.
That was when I was first starting my Black Friday shopping. Like that was back when we were doing the Circuit City camp house.
The last one of those types of things I tried to get was the Power Core Combiners sets.
Yep,
when they were
those were
packaging
great.
the late wave ones together because they didn't come out at normal retail. They're just like, now here they are. And I went to, I think, 2 or 3 Walmarts at Thanksgiving night and Black Friday morning and found none. And then I was like, all right, I'm done with this. I really need it. You guys know about Power Core.
I got so many. There were so many in my area. Like even like multiple days into Black Friday weekend, they were still there, and I would still I'd go into Walmart again and be like, I guess I'll just get one more. That's how I ended up with the big Power Core Combiner set that I have.
I think my area just didn't get them. Luckily, I was able to rely on some friends from across the country and complete my set that way. But man, that was so sad.
Love to see more of that stuff though.
It's funny is like we've talked recently about how much Transformers feels like it's having a little bit more time in the sun when it comes to their toy aisle exposure, but yet there's just, you still like go back in the day, remember this, remember that kind of things, and like you said, those Black Friday sales are just like the Costco 2-packs of like Cybertron, Optimus, and Wing Saber. There's just like walking into a Costco and seeing like a pallet full of those was so cool, and I'm so pissed I never bought it because that's such an expensive set these days. Yeah, and like not to say I wish like I had it to like be able to sell, but just like it's a pretty cool and pretty unique set that that was it. That was the only way to kind of get that. And you got a good price on those 2 figures, but I was, even at a good price, I was not making enough money at that time.
Good set. That's how I got mine.
Walmart did a 2-pack like repackaged thing. Was it a couple years ago?
Last year.
Or...
I think it was last year. It was like basically a 2-for-1.
And, a couple legacy things.
Yeah, it was one of the things that made me tell myself I was going to hold back this year on getting as many deluxes, but I still ended up getting all the deluxes I actually wanted.
It doesn't seem like that's coming back. I think last year we had a little bit of an advance warning that was happening. Like the listings went up, and there's nothing like that this year. So,
oddly enough, I kind of feel like even though I guess we had a movie last year too, but we had a movie this year, and I don't feel like the Transformers aisle has been as flooded this year as it was last year. So I don't feel like there's as much overflow. Because last year I just feel like it was like wave after wave, so many toys. There is still a lot. I don't know. It's just a perception thing, probably.
It's not like any of the generation stuff. It's all like the kids stuff from the Transformers 1.
I feel like there's more variety right now of what's on the shelves, because there is, at least by the stores by me, have a combination of Generations and Earth Spark and Transformers 1, whereas last year it was like 80% Rise of the Beast and then 20% Generations kind of stuff or Studio Series kind of stuff.
Yeah, I agree with that. So.
Well, if you don't find anything else, you can always run to Ollie's and get your Ollie's exclusives Beast Wars figures.
There you go.
They're still full of
Exclusives
Beast Wars
now?
basics. Yeah, they're Ollie's exclusives now.
Yeah, they've got pterosaur and wolfang and iguana. Those are the ones I saw.
Yeah. Mine is just like hundreds of pterosaurs and hundreds of iguanas.
Plus
You know,
the
and I
best minicon friend things and the hat combiner friends. I don't know, whatever those are called.
And I still have not made it to the Ollie's in Kansas City. How bad is that?
Really?
I don't know how.
Jeez, it is a good Ollie's. It is very big.
Well, I always felt
Galaxy
like the
is very
Ross,
small.
the local Ross is not that great for toy selection. It's
It's
probably
not
better
that
this
great.
time of year. But yeah. So
There's a Ross that is not the one right by you, that is a little further out, that is actually really good, but the Ross right by you is not very good.
oh yeah. Is it the one up by the Legends?
I think so.
Yeah. Fair enough. So
Yeah,
I'm
so,
trying to
good.
sorry.
I was just going to say, good luck with your Black Friday shopping to everyone who's watching. Just, be reasonable. Don't buy things you don't want, right? Be careful with the sales. If you
We've all
see a
been
figure
there.
that you've always said you did it once on sale for half price, you probably still don't want it. If you see a figure you've been holding back on because you thought it was overpriced, then maybe it's the time to jump on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't like credit card interest rates are really high right now. I mean, just
Don't play
because
that
something's
game.
on sale, just because something's on sale, you're still spending money. So even if you save $100, but you spend 200, you still spend 200.
And if it's on Amazon, you're looking at stuff, you want to know if it's really on sale, check out camelcamelcamel.com. It's a price tracker. It shows you, how long, or what the price has been for as long as the item has been on the site. So if they're like, it's now $29.99, 10% off sale, and you see that it was like, $30.05 yesterday, it's like, okay, yeah, it's not really on sale. It's what it's been for the past month.
Yeah, I don't doubt you, Christian, but that just sounds like a website that I'm going to get a virus on my computer as soon as I go to it.
Okay, I mean, it's very trusted. You don't have to trust me.
Yeah, I understand. Just the branding behind it feels, yeah.
I don't know why they called it that. I'm not in charge of website naming.
I mean, it's memorable. I'll say that much. I don't think I'll be texting you, hey, what was the name of that website again?
Yeah, good luck. Like Anna said, be reasonable. Don't go crazy.
Yep.
Or do go crazy. If you've been waiting to go crazy, I guess go crazy. Who are we to stop you?
Yeah.
Probably don't.
If you've been living your whole year on waiting for a sale and you've saved up your toy money and you want to have just a big pile of loot, more power to you. It'll probably be a lot of fun for you.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you guys for joining me tonight. Thank you to everyone in the chat. And I guess, what else we got, Phil?
Post what you get for Black Friday. We want to see.
Yeah.
Dude,
smash the like, comment, especially how awesome I look, because more people should comment about that. Share, and not just like online, but like at Thanksgiving when you're with your friends, you're with your family, you're at the table, your uncle brings up politics. You're like, hey, Uncle Steve, good point. Have you listened to TFYLP though? Because those guys make some great points, and I think you should listen to them. They'll really open your eyes to some things that you're not thinking about.
People ask, what are you thankful for? That's a popular tradition to do. You could say you're thankful for TFYLP.
I am thankful for Lucas being the main man at this ship week in, week out, except the weekends he's on vacation.
I'm thankful for our producer, Henry.
There you he's in the
That's
other room right
mine.
now. So.
Well, he's got to listen with the headphones.
Right. So, all right. Well, thank you guys, and we'll see everyone next week.
Will we though? It's Thanksgiving.
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe
Okay,
we
well,
maybe
what'll
it'll be
happen.
2 weeks. We'll figure it out. Bye.
Bye. Goodbye.